Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. So I am now in Gangtok, which is the capital of Sikkim. Very beautiful here. As you can see, up in the mountains. So this is the Himalayan mountains. To the east of, to the west, sorry, the west of here, which is in that direction, where you will find Nepal. And to the east, which is in that direction, okay, you will find Bhutan. And if you go direct north, then you will find China. So we're like squeezed in here between China, Bhutan, and Nepal, right? And then it borders ultimately the West Bengal state and India. So this is all here in India, well, this is northeast India, like the northest, the furthest north. Well, I mean, it's Arunachal Pradesh, it's a little bit part of bordering Assam, which is then the other side of Bhutan, bordering as well in China, up there. So yes, mountains very beautiful here. To come here, it's not so difficult actually. You can do it quite cheap. I took just basically from Siliguri. You can get a bus for just over 200 rupees, and come here. It's about 6 hours drive by bus. Fine, no worries. Beautiful between the mountains. So, but yeah, the problem is if you're a solo traveler, when you're here, yeah, it's a little bit getting out, getting around is a little bit difficult. It's better if you're in a group tours and stuff like that. Costs cheaper, and you can go and see other places. You need for that at the border here with Sikkim, between Sikkim and West Bengal. The Indian visa is not enough. You need to get an extra permit as well. Okay, just to kind of explain to you just the gettings, how to get here. Let me just, I forgot now the name of the town. But it's not a problem. If you're on the bus, they unlike like for Mizoram, Nagaland, those places you need to apply online PAPs, and that takes forever. So many documents. While in this case, it's not such a big problem. Coming here is actually kind of easy. You just take a bus in from Siliguri, for example, and you travel here, and at the Rangpo, there we cross from West Bengal into ultimately into Sikkim. Then the foreigners, well, yeah, you just need to get out, give a photocopy of your passport, your visa. If you have electronic visa, I understand you need that as well, just not the stamp in the passport is not enough. And you need to get a photo, pay a few rupees for that to get this done, and then you hand it in at the office. And it's pretty fast there, and no worries, the bus waits for you. And then they put a stamp in your passport, and you kind of set to enter. They ask you how long you stay here, depending on, you can't stay longer than 30 days. And then that's kind of that. Then they put the stamp for your passport for length that you said you were going to stay. And then after that time, when you need to go back to that office and give the papers to them, and then you can leave. Okay, so that is just a kind of an introduction of what. So Sikkim in general as well, so here in the Himalayas, it's a majority Hindu. There are some Christians, and God willing I'll attend the church tomorrow. And I actually today met a group from the Campus Crusade for Christ up here where they were praying for the area, and some of them from other parts of India. But in general, it's kind of quite nice to see them and to meet this group of young Christians. They're all students basically here in Gangtok, which is the capital of Sikkim. So and in the process I got a few extra subscribers through them. Right, maybe a few more still will come later. Okay, so let's look then at the verse. Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. Now we know, so the first 4 commandments has to do with more the vertical kind of relationship. Although I would say the Sabbath is kind of already going from or vertical, maybe kind of horizontal already. because that's not just, that's, I mean, on the Sabbath day and the Sundays when we meet with other brothers and sisters in Christ, that's an horizontal level, and that is something that you do. So the focus is vertical on God, but then in horizontal with the others. So you can, in a certain sense, say that is where the vertical goes over into the horizontal, and you get that cross kind of effect, which is, I think, then good to bring these two from the one level to the other level. Because I mean, the first is just our relationship with God, in the sense of not having other gods, not making any images, not worshiping, not using the name of God in vain, those things. And then ultimately the Sabbath that you need to keep. Okay, so those four. Now then the fifth one, the first one of the last six, which is then more on a clearly, or well, yeah, I want to, in a sense, say even this about you honor your father and your mother flows ultimately out of the fact that you put God first. And so there's a bit of horizontal, that because who's our father and who's our mother? Ultimately God, he's our parent, to put it like that. Now yes, I'm not liberal and any of that, like woke or anything like that, and just say, I mean, God does have female attributes. He take care of like more like a mother would, or at least we're used to a mother would. Maybe fathers ought to do a bit more of that. Anyhow, it wouldn't be bad. But still, so you get the first thing here, the first of then the parents. And why would that be first? Because I would say the rest of the attitude between humans comes from your attitude towards your parents. Okay, so if your parents, if you're honoring your parents, and yes, and that doesn't mean we in the New Testament see that parents are supposed to, in a certain sense, not make life for children so bad that, right, that they kind of don't want to honor them. But still, parents ought to be honored.